You are looking for a method how to improve your relationship and deepen the connection with your loved ones? So happy welcome. This is exactly what we're going to do in today's video. I'm going to introduce you to the method that helped me and also other people a lot in order to deepen our connections with the loved ones. And I'm going to explain you what you need to know, what you need to understand in order to apply that method into your relationships. First of all, I'm going to use today the story of Sonya and Jules to take you into a real life situation that could happen like this in a friendship. This is a friendship example, but for sure this goes for every relationship that we have in our life, whether it's with our partner, whether it's with our family members like siblings, parents, or with friends, or with strangers. So whatever your relationship is you would like to deepen, you can also adapt the learnings from the story of Sonya and Jules into your situation. So Sonya and Jules are two women about 35 years old, and they met each other a few years ago in a yoga class. Their mutual interest in personal development helped them to get along together very fast and very nice as they learn to grow, they learn to go deeper and to understand more closely what is behind their feelings, their thoughts, and their actions. Thanks to their similar values, they created a strong bond from the beginning on. They maintain an open, honest, and deep communication in their friendship. But there is a topic they do not really agree on. On her spiritual and personal development journey, Sonya realized that she'd like to have more time by herself. She started to spend more time by herself and to take time off. It helped her though to connect to herself and to listen to her own thoughts and to connect deeper with herself. So Sonya says to herself, oh my god, what I just experienced is amazing. And she's talking about that to Jules and saying to Jules, hey, Jules, I think this will be really beneficial for you as well, because Jules is a person, she's spending all her free time she have in company with other people. Because Jules is a woman, she loves to spend all her free time in connection with other people, being around friends, around her family, with strangers and meeting new people. And she could literally stay her whole weekend surrounded by others. So in Sonya's opinion, Jules should retire a bit. She should take a step back and to not always be around other people. Jules, on the opposite side, is looking at Sonya and listening to her advice, but at the same time she does not agree, because she thinks differently. She say, okay, hey, thank you so much for your advice, but I think that it's actually you who should go out a little bit more. You should connect more to people. You're just being in your room, you're just being by yourself, and this is not healthy. You should start fostering more connections and deeper connections in your relationships. And this is not the first time Sonya and Jules have this kind of conversation. As they disagree again and again on the same point, they leave these kind of meetings, these kind of arguments they have on that, feeling that as their advices they're giving to the other people are not valued. And that leaves both of them with a certain frustration, because in the end both of them will only help their bestie. The problem Jules and Sonya are facing are quite common in relationships. I invite you to look around you. Where in your life do you see relationship of others that have exactly the same problem? Even though they have a strong bond and it's a great relationship, either with parents or friends or partner, but there are always these little misunderstandings or these little moments when we want to help the other person, but she does not act on what we advise them. She does not value our help in the end. With the time, this ends up in always again and again the same discussion, arguments, and a feeling of frustration. Probably you know that too from your relationship, and this is why you're here and you want to learn a method how to improve your relationship. It's important to know that when we give advice to somebody because we want to help him, that tells more about us than actually it helps the other person, right? How do we give advice? Let's think about that for a while. We give advice either because we heard that this kind of doing thing helped another person, or because we experienced good result by following this advice that we're gonna give to the other person. By sharing an advice, we are always sharing something that has been helpful for us or a person we trust. There is nothing wrong about that. But what if there is a way that makes the other person actually seen and that is target advice for her? This way exists. It's the method called human design. Probably you already came across with human design for sure when you are on my channel for a little bit longer. I also talked a lot about human design lately in my podcast, and it's my favorite method when it comes to understanding one's uniqueness. So if you never heard of human design, what is that? Human design is a holistic self-knowledge system that combines I Ching, the astrology, the chakra system, quantum physics to generate your energetic blueprint called the chart. This chart is your genetic code and it shows how your energy is here to interact with the world. In other words, this is a method that helps you to understand who you are, what your essence is, without all the things that you learned and adapted throughout your life, like behavior patterns, limitation, and beliefs. So probably throughout your life, and especially throughout your childhood, you learned how life works and what things are allowed to be here, what things are not allowed to do, and you were imprinted with certain thoughts shaped by your environment as a baby, as a child. But this is not who you are. This is only what you learn to be. But underneath this layer of social adaptance, there is more. There is you, your energetic blueprint, and your essence. But how does this affect your relationships? Well, for that, I'm gonna continue the story of Sonya and Jules. Sonya and Jules came across human design and they learned about their energetic blueprint in a human design reading. First of all, they realized that they have a lot of differences. So even though they get along very well in daily life, their essence is pretty different. But I always say it's never the differences that gonna break your relationship. It's only when we are not aware and we do not thrive in that differences we have. There's something very particular called their eyes. Whereas Sonya has a second line in her profile, Jules has a very different line prominent in her profile. So let's go and dive a little bit into that second line that Sonya has. The second line in human design is the hermit. The description of the hermit in terms of human design is that this is a person that needs space and time for herself in order to disconnect from the energies in the world around her. Jules, although she has a fourth line in her profile. What is the fourth line? The fourth line is the opportunist. These people thrive best when they are in connection with other people, strengthening heart-to-heart connections and spending time with their loved ones. So as you can see, there are two very different personality traits the both embodies. With that newly gained knowledge, Sonya and Jules can finally understand and accept that they are just completely different regarding that point in their life. Understanding that their essence just looks different for like being in isolation for Sonya with the second line and being out there around people, the fourth line of Jules, leaves them feeling compassionate and comprehensive for the other person. From now on, Sonya cheers to Jules when she's talking about the weekend she spent with her friends without being a minute on her own, but fostering deep connections. Whereas Jules empowers Sonya when she's taking or thinking about taking some time for herself and being in a retreat. This beautiful story of Sonya Jules can also be yours. Through comprehension, we can create compassion with the other people, with the other person. And when we know about the energetic blueprint of the other person, when we know about her uniqueness, we can also give advice that are much more tailored for that person. Sonya never gonna say again to Jules that she has to spend time alone. You have to, you have to, you have to. And also Jules is never gonna judging Sonya again when she does not want to be around people all the time. Feeling seen, being seen in a relationship is something very important. And even more being seen for who we really are. It is hard enough to be ourselves. It is hard enough in this world to go our authentic path. But when we have a relationship that actually empowers that unique way and that enables us to follow along that path of authenticity, everything becomes so much easier as we have that partner and that soul next to us that helps us going and empowers us going that way. This is the method I wanted to share with you today. If you feel now the call to improve and deepen your relationship by creating understanding for your partner, for your friend, for your family members, my new coaching program would be something that you might like. Discover the art of relating in love, thriving in harmonic relationship, and discover your authentic self while empowering others to do the same. Relate in Love is a 6-week one-on-one coaching program designed to help you deepen your relationships, that they can empower you on your personal rewilding journey. Through the innovative human design approach, we're gonna analyze the different charts of you and your closest relationships in order to cultivate compassion, harmony, and empowerment. If this is something that resonates with you, please reach out to me through email or social media. You find the links down in the description in order that I can send you the booklet, the lovely booklet I created with all the information around this program. This is a non-binding option, so you just can dive into that container in order to feel if this is something for you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being on your rewilding journey and to deepen your relationship as they can empower you on your personal growth journey and become a place of healing and love.